Welcome to our Josie Rizal Basics video, Tekken 7 version 3.11. This guide is intended as a short primer to get you started. In-depth guides will be coming in the future, but in the meantime, let's get going. "2-4 is an I-12 high string that is also a natural combo. It does 30 damage, cannot be ducked on reaction unlike 1-2-4. Down forward 4 is an I-15 mid with good tracking and range. Josie doesn't have many ways to get into her switch stance, but these are by far her best two options. Standing 3 is Josie's I-13 mid poke, since she doesn't have a standard I-13 down forward 1. It has better range than a down forward 1, so you should be moving around and using this to space and poke. She also has a follow-up, 3-2, and can also go into crouch dash from it. So standing 3 is much safer than the -8 you might see on paper. Magic 4, a safe I-12 counter hit juggle starter designed to eat jabs. Josie's primary homing moves are 3+4 and forward 4. 3+4 is much faster and is high, while forward 4 is mid and has more range. Both are safe on block and give a juggle on counter hit. Josie's forward 4-3 is a long-range mid string with great tracking at range. It is -10 on block, so be careful. Back 4-3 is also a mid string, this time safe on block, but not quite as much range or tracking as forward 4-3. Forward 12 is a safe I-14 elbow that gives a mini combo on hit, good for both block and whiff punishing. Down forward 1 is an I-16 mid that has multiple extensions and can now go into crouch dash. The crouch dash transition is very fast, which opens the door to counter hits with down forward 1-4-2 when people try to challenge. Down forward 3 is a high crushing low that can also transition to crouch dash. It has an extension for people trying to challenge the crouch dash, which will give you the same mini combo as forward 1+2. Down 4 is a quick safe low with superb tracking. It does very little damage, so use this to control space, pace, and annoy your opponent. Down forward 2 is an I-15 mid launcher, -13 on block just like a hop kick, but great range and has a tendency to go under highs. Up forward 4 is also an I-15 mid launcher. It low crushes and also has a tendency to go under highs, but has less range than the down forward 2. Up 3 or up forward 3 is Josie's Orbital, a safe mid low crushing launcher. It is slow, so use this for evasion rather than mix-ups. Crouch dash 3 is Josie's main scary low. Long range, chunky damage, knockdown on counter hit, and it tracks well. Crouch dash 3 pairs well with Crouch dash 2, a big damage mid launcher, but she does have safer options, which we'll discuss later. While standing 4 is a standard, quick, safe mid poke, but can be done out of crouch dash, and for Josie, sets up solid spacing for many of her tools. We will discuss Josie's full crouch and while standing kit in a few moments, but note for now that they are all good moves. Make note also of down 2, which is a safe mid that can go into full crouch for mix-ups and on counter hit, gives you a juggle. Crouch dash 3+4 is Josie's Rage Drive. It is an I-14 mid launcher that is plus on block. It has a very low hitbox, which allows it to pick up from the ground in certain instances. Switch transitions are automatic. As noted before, 2-4 and down forward 4 are your best options to get into stance. When transitioning on hit or block, switch 1 is unbeatable, uncrushable, and safe on block, although it can be ducked. Good defensive players will have a solid feel for switch 3, which is the low, but holding forward in switch will transition her into crouch dash. Doing crouch dash 4, which will give you a while standing 4 from crouch dash, from switch is nearly unbeatable and a good safe way to check your opponent. Otherwise, mix up with crouch dash options to your heart's content. The simplest mix-up for your crouch dash is crouch dash 3 is your low, crouch dash 2 is your launching mid. Crouch dash 4 will of course give you a while standing 4, which is the safe low reward option, but does space well for whiffs. Note that despite Crouch Dash 3 being +4 on hit, many of her options can still be sidestepped, sidewalked afterwards due to her weak tracking. Down forward 1 is a strong option here as it will track, is mid, and can go into Crouch Dash again. Otherwise, homing moves can work well too. If they challenge the plus frames, sky's the limit on what counter hit tool you want to use. Note that she can transition to Crouch Dash by holding forward from down forward 1-2, down forward 3-2, 3-2, back 1-2-4, back 3+4, and switch stance. For full crouch down forward 4 is the primary low. Chunky damage on normal hit, free follow-up on counter hit, and crouching status for the whole animation. It is -15 on block though, so most characters can launch it. Your while standing option depends on how risky you want to be. Hop kick and while standing 2-1 will give you launches but are both punishable. While standing 3 is a safe wall splatting mid but a little on the slow side. While standing 1 is a safe low reward mid but can produce a pseudo launch on counter hit. And while standing 4 is once again the lowest risk, lowest reward option. Remember again that holding down or down back after down 2 will now leave you in full crouch. It's only -2 on block, so even if it doesn't hit, you can still run a solid mix-up game. Josie is a master of setting up spacing traps. Many of her moves put her at a perfect range to sidestep or backdash into a whiff punish. These include standing 3, while standing 4, forward 3+4, and down forward 1, 4-4. For example, while standing 4, sidestep down forward 2 will beat most highs in the game. Considering the general utility of while standing 4, standing 3, and similar moves, be mindful of when and where your opponent likes to hit buttons because you'll likely have an opportunity to get a launch. Josie is notable for having favorable hurt boxes on certain moves, namely down forward 2 and up forward 4. These moves do not have high crush properties, however her hurt boxes are low enough during these moves that she can go under a lot of highs she rightfully shouldn't. For example, switch 2 is -6 on block, shouldn't be her turn afterwards, yet hop kick after block switch 2 will beat jabs and many other quick highs. Your opponent needs to use a mid or low hitting high to stop it or simply sidestep it. Down forward 2 is not quite as flagrant at range 0, but as we discussed before, it can duck under a lot of things at range. Her orbital is another low crushing option that has very favorable hurt boxes and you'll find creates a lot of whiffs. Get real comfortable with these. Make note that Josie has a plethora of counter hit launches or moves that offer launch-like damage on counter hit. These include Magic 4, Forward 3, Forward 3+4, While Standing 3, While Standing 1, 3-2, Down Forward 3-2, Down Forward 1-4-2, Switch 1-2 and 3, Crouch Dash 3, and so on. Many of these are safe, so make use of your plus frames to set these up. Josie's primary weakness is her tracking. Her homing moves are decent but typically lack range or speed. To combat this, make note of moves that have good tracking. Down forward 1, down 4, forward 4-3, the back 1 string, and so on. Down 4 is of particular note as it is a mostly safe low. It does very little damage, but due to its range and exceptional tracking, it is incredibly useful to use in the neutral as a way to control the pace of play and counter any stepping. Down forward 1 was also changed in Season 3 to allow for a crouch dash transition, so its utility as a counter sidestep move has skyrocketed. Josie is limited in that she has only 3 grabs, the 2 normals and a single command grab. The good news is that they all offer a little bonus. Forward 3+4 is a wall splat and in the open field leaves you at a good distance for an Oki crouch dash mix-up. Her normals, on the other hand, leave her opponent on the ground in such a way that if they try to stand up or get up kick, Josie gets a down forward 2 for free. Nothing complicated, but decent reward considering how few grabs she has. Like with all characters, you're going to need some juggles. Here are some basic examples to get you started. you're going to play Tekken, you're also going to want some punishers. So let's run through Josie's block punishes. In summary, Josie is a strong, aggressive character with excellent mix-up, punishing, and counter-hit tools. She's also fairly simple to play if you're looking to pick up someone basic. I hope you found some useful info in this video. We'll definitely have more in the future. Video's over. Sad times, I know, but I want to thank everyone for watching. I hope you liked it. Be on the lookout for more guides. We got links in the description, so check those out. Be sure to like and subscribe, but also I demonetize everything I can on YouTube because I know that ads suck. So please consider supporting through Twitch and Patreon to help me deliver more content. You get some perks and you get to feel good about giving. We aren't done with this game by a long shot, so stay tuned and have a good one.